Yeah, right here, the board. Okay, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, congratulations. You helped put Kentucky women's basketball on the map on a national playing stage. How do you plan to translate your success at Kentucky into the WNBA now?
I just want to translate by, keeping that competitive spirit and, the will to never give up and always fight. And just, maintain my composure and stay calm, cool, and collected. I think that's really what helped me to becoming successful. And I really just want to, have an impact on the team, like when I get there, and just, continue to make everyone better.
Next question will come from first row to your right.
Hey, Ryan, Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Congrats on being drafted #1. What does that mean to you to be drafted first and to go to a team, I think 75 miles from where you grew up or so?
Yeah, give or take. First off, for it to be so close is huge. It'll mean a lot of, family and close friends will be able to come and support me. But to go first, I don't even have words for it right now. I'm still kind of shaken, but it is super exciting, and I'm, proud of what I've done, proud of myself, and thankful for everyone that's been on this journey with me and that's helped me to, get here.
Our next question will come from Zoom. Cameron Drummond. Cameron, go ahead.
Hey there, Ryan. Congratulations. Thanks for the time tonight. Just wanted to ask you about the pre-draft process when you were having your interview with Atlanta. What were some of the things that stuck out to you about the
Cameron,
franchise?
if you would, we're going to come back to you in just a moment. We're having difficulty hearing you in the room. All right, let's go to.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Lee Howard, you'll be next. Lee, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Ryan? Can you hear me in the room? Hello?
First row.
Hello, Ryan.
We're going
Can
to
you
go back
hear
to
me?
the room here. We're going to go right in the front row. Question.
Thank you. Hi, Ryan. Erica with Black Rosie Media, excuse me. Can you just describe a little bit what you think about your game? Are you ready for the next level? And then what are some things that you're really excited to refine when you get to the league?
I personally do think I'm ready, just because I'm so competitive, like I mentioned before. But I am, ready to just, keep improving on how hard I'm working, just the little things that teams are gonna need. So I personally think I'm very versatile. So whatever position I need to play, I like to master those positions. And if they need me to work on something specific, then whatever the case may be, then I'm willing to do it.
All right, we're going to try again with Cameron Drummond, if you would. Cameron, let's try that again. Let's see if we can hear you.
Sure there. Hello, can you hear me okay? You hear me?
Guys, we are 0 for 3 on that effort. All right, anyone else here in the room? Ryan, first row to your right.
Hi there, Alex Azzi with On Her Turf and NBC Sports. I'm curious if you could talk a little bit about what it was like to compete in college this year, draft tonight, training camp in a few weeks now. Was that all on your mind as you were going through this collegiate season, or were you trying to block it out?
During the season, I kind of blocked it out. I wanted to, be there for my team and, focus on where my shoes were. And I knew that wouldn't have been possible as I was focusing on the next level, which was, months to come, seeing as it was so early. But it actually wasn't too difficult because, my teammates, like they obviously knew what the next level was, but I was like, hey, I'm here for y'all. Like whatever y'all need me to do, I'll do it. And I was just there to compete and, just work with them, and, play with them. It's like my last year in college, so.
Right, your next question will come from third row in the center.
Hi, Isabel for the next. I'm just wondering what you think success would look like for you in the first year. So what do you hope to accomplish by the end of your first season in the WNBA?
By the end of my first season, a goal is really rookie of the year, but I want to be a part of a winning team. That's the end goal.
Anyone else in the room? Ryan, if you would, second row to your left.
Hey, Ryan, Hannah with Just Women Sports. What were your conversations like with the Dream leading up to this, and with Tanisha, and I'm thinking Renee Montgomery specifically, and what are they expecting from you for your first year?
Yeah, so we met a couple of times and they were just asking me simple questions like, how do I lead, or like, how do I compete? Asked me like, could I step up to the challenge and work hard every day, whether it's practice or games? And I was like, yeah, like I believe in myself and I believe I can. And I was just, basically selling myself like this is a business. And so I was just, proving to them that why I believe like I'm the right fit for them.
Ryan, if you would, fourth row to your left.
Hi, Ryan. I'm Gigi. Congrats on being drafted first pick. I want to know if you have any advice for little girls coming up playing basketball, wanting to make it to the league, even wanting to make it to the collegiate level. Obviously, you have success and you're going to be the poster for success after tonight and continuing in the future. So what would you tell those little girls?
I always believe in yourself. Like if somebody says you can't do it, then you have no choice but to prove that you can. Always, work on your craft and, keep those who want to see you succeed around you. But other than that, like believe in yourself always, like never doubt yourself, because as soon as that happens, like you won't achieve what you want.
Anyone else in the room? All right, to our folks on Zoom, we are having technical difficulties and we are unable to hear you. So we're going to keep working on that. Please stay with us. Our apologies at the moment. Ryan, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're going to start with questions in the room. You would please raise your hand and we'll get started.
What are you going to add to the Washington Mystics?
Now, let's see, your first question will come from the right in the first row.
Hey, Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press, congrats on getting drafted.
Thank you.
What does it mean to go to Indiana as far as being potentially a big part of that rebuilding franchise?
It's a great feeling. We have 4 top picks, so it's a chance and an opportunity for this team to grow tremendously.
Okay, Elissa, second row in the middle.
Russ Steinberg from Boardroom. Just wondering, what do you anticipate being the biggest challenges or adjustments that you're going to have to make to life in general in the WNBA compared to college?
Just probably getting stronger, getting more in shape, because the game is a lot faster than it is in college. So just adjusting to that.
We're going to return to the front row to your right, Melissa.
Melissa, I know you only worked with Coach Collin for 1 year, but she obviously coached in the WNBA for a while. Is there anything she told you like, hey, here are things that can help you at the next level when you worked with her for the year?
Mainly just, improving on shooting the 3 outside game, because that's going to help me a lot more in like being great in many aspects except one.
Melissa, third row in the center.
Hi, Miles Ehrlich, Nets Republic. There are a lot of Baylor veterans that are now in the league. Have you spoken to any of them when you were getting ready for this level and talking about what this experience would be like?
Yeah, I spoke to mostly all of them. I mean, I'm very close with a lot of them. So, they're just telling me, have fun, enjoy this process. Like everybody doesn't get to go through this.
Okay, anyone else in the room? Once again, to our folks on Zoom, please stay with us. We are trying to work out the technical issues and we will get to you as soon as possible. Melissa, thank you.
Good, thank you.
In the 2022 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Emily Engstler.
One.
place where she can play the kind of that we saw her play at Louisville, whether it's getting in the passing lanes or using her wingspan to be disruptive. Emily Engstler, when she stepped on the floor, the intensity of the defense is going to go up. To me, is the most disruptive defensive player first of all from the post position this season ago. She has 23 steals in the NCAA tournament. She makes an incredible impact on that defense, on that defensive end. Offensively, she has a knack for scoring around the black basket. For movable system, but as a player, you can see developing her game, extending her range, and eventually maybe playing a three in the W. Well, three things make her defense specialist. Her instincts for reading high basketball, the basketball. She'll take away and make you run your offense in an uncomfortable manner. Average 3 steals, 2 blocks. Well, that's taking 5 possessions and 10 points off of the board.
Okay, questions, please? Okay, Shakira, to your right, second row.
Congratulations.
Hi, thank you.
You have an opportunity to play alongside proven veterans such as Nia Clouden, Elena Del Don. How does that feel for you, and what do you think you can learn from them?
Listen, I feel like I got lucky to be in a position to learn from, vets and people who you just look up to as role players. It's just an amazing feeling. I feel like this opportunity is going to, bring the best out of me. And I'm ready to just start a career with NDC back home. I mean, this is an honor.
Our next question will come from Zoom, Howard Megdal. Go ahead, please, Howard. And Howard, you're going to be followed by Michael Katz.
Hey, Shakira, great to chat with you and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, in your conversations with Washington, were there any kind of discussions about your role, the 4 versus the 5? And I know that's a big part of the game that you've worked on. So I'm just wondering how you see yourself fitting in at the next level as well.
Yeah, we haven't discussed, much about if I'm going to play a specific, position. For me, it's just about maintaining my energy coming into the pros. I'm really just focused on my defense. I'm pretty sure that's going to be able to translate easier than my offense. And, that's going to get me time on the floor and that'll build my confidence as well. So just, not expecting too much from myself is really where I'm headed mentally. But also knowing that I'm playing for somebody who understands, my game. And, it doesn't matter if I'm at the 5 or the 4. It's just about getting that time on the floor. So.
Thanks very much.
Our next question will come from Michael Katz. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Shakira, how are you?
I'm great. Great.
Shakira, we've talked a lot this year about your journey and you betting on yourself. What does this moment mean to you, especially coming back home to play professionally?
It's just amazing, just knowing that the work that I put in to finally get to this moment and to be able to play back home, but knowing, that, my slate starts over, I'm back at 0. So just remaining humble, continuing to work and believe in the work that I put in and knowing that the journey that I got here was because of the work I put in, that's just where I'm headed.
Our next question will come from Kareem Copeland. Kareem, go ahead.
Hey, Shakira, Kareem Copeland, Washington Post. Congratulations.
Thank you.
2 parts here. First, most people who are trying to draft it in your position are coming to a team that needs a lot of immediate help, but you're kind of stepping onto a team that's already built with some veterans and very much expect to be in the playoffs and contend. I'm curious, what's that like coming to a team where, you're not going to be expected to do a whole lot of heavy lifting initially? And part 2, just what's a part of your game that you don't think you get enough credit for?
Yeah, so for part 1, I think my role at Ole Miss, I carried a lot. It was a lot of stress, but, it was the role that I asked for, being that player that everybody needs to show up, at every moment, every second, being that player who their energy controls, the team, it was a lot. And I feel like coming into the professionals, that's a heavy role to have as a rookie. So to be coming in to a team who that is established and, has those vets that are able to, teach me and help develop me. And, for me to be able to just kind of coast and ease into that role, I feel like that's the best opportunity for me. I'm going to have a long career, a successful career. And, coming into the Mystics, I feel like it's just the best opportunity possible for just me to learn and, take my time, but also learn from the best. That's a championship level team. And that's where I'm meant to be.
Our next question will come from Alex. Alex, go ahead.
Shakira, congratulations coming back home and everything. And speaking of that, what's it going to mean to you to be coming back to DC and to be a part of the Mystics organization in an area that you grew up in and that you have so many ties to?
Sorry, you basically said, what does it mean for me to play back at DC? You kind of broke up a little.
Yeah, can you hear me all right now? Yeah, just basically how special this moment is for you tonight and what it means to be coming back to the DMV, a place you have all these ties to.
Okay, I'm gonna try to answer. I didn't hear you too clearly, but it means a lot. I mean, my dad, my family, I had my mom wanted me to go to Atlanta, my dad pushing for DC. So, I think my dad's prayer worked a little more, but, we're just excited. Like I said, just for this opportunity to be able to learn and to really grow and to be able to help a community that, I've been playing in, that I'm familiar with the DMV, that's my home. And to be able to bring, a championship there is now my next goal. So.
Next question will come from Nick Hamilton. Nick, if you would, please, and you'll be followed by a question in the room. Nick, go ahead.
First of all, congratulations on being drafted. Just wanted to ask you just your adjustment to getting into the WNBA. Like, what is that adjustment going to be like for you moving forward as it pertains to just getting accustomed to that style of basketball and getting the speed of the game and so forth?
Yeah, I think there's going to be, plenty of adjustments. There was an adjustment going into the SEC. I think for the league, it's going to be physicality. It's not going to be my motor. It's the little things that I paid attention to in college. I'll be able to transition, into the pros. I focus on my nutrition. I focus on recovery. I focus on putting in work, and those things, are the fundamental pieces, for being successful in the league. So, I think over time, my offense will come. I feel like people who play like me in the league right now, who are 6'5" and versatile, they're successful. They're in all-star games. So, just staying true to myself, continue to believe in myself. I think, the turnaround will happen pretty quick.
Shakira, next question, front row to the right.
Hi, Shakira. Alex Sabally with NBC Sports and On Her Turf. A minute ago, you were so confident. I'm going to have a long career. I'm going to have a successful career. Would you mind sharing kind of what you envision when you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just how I mentioned, the people in the league right now who are, big time stars, they're built like me, they're tall, they're lengthy, they're versatile, they're not, strictly limited to, back to the basket or post moves. I think just watching the game and watching how, the different players have, spotlighted in over the past couple of years, that's why I feel like I'm going to be successful. I know that my mentality going in is going to be great. I've really focused a lot on my mental health and, just staying level-headed and knowing that, your mental plays a big part in your success. Just knowing that that part is right and knowing that I also put in the work. I mean, there's only a few things that could really go wrong. So.
All right, we have time for 2 more questions. Next question will be front row center.
Thank you. Erica Ayala with Black Rosie Media. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can hear the excitement about you going back home, especially as you said, for your father.
Yeah.
But I think there's also an opportunity because of where the WNBA is in the sports landscape to also make an impact in a community that you call home.
Yep.
Have you given any thought to that and what you'd like your role to be in that way?
Yes. Just when we've kind of realized that it might be a possibility of me going back home,
You know, we've been nonstop talking about ideas. You know, I'm thinking camps, I'm thinking AU teams, I'm thinking, you know, facilities, you know, just a lot of things that are bigger than me. I have a lot of things that I want to do off the court. And I feel like, you know, being back home and being able to really impact the community is something that I've always wanted to do. And me being able to play there is just really lining up for me to be successful there. So.
Okay, our last question for Shakira will come from Zoom. Jonathan Sokoloff. Jonathan, go ahead.
Hey, Shakira, congratulations.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good to see you. Good for you to be able to get back home. I guess my main question was, when you look back at your time at Ole Miss and going over there, what will be the kind of biggest factor that kind of helped you become prepared to play for this moment, and how did kind of Ole Miss really help you get ready for that, you think?
I mean, Ole Miss prepared me to, you know, the best possible way that they could. You know, I think it was more so off the court, which allowed me to really tune into being a professional, that I really was able to learn from. I think, you know, me being the star player, me being somebody who had to show up every day is definitely a role that, you know, I never had to experience before. So it was just, you know, a new phase, a new journey that I'm able to learn from just being at Ole Miss. You know, my teammates, you know, they're just super excited. They're calling me, and, you know, just the impact that I'm able to have on them. And, you know, hopefully the program, you know, I'm praying that it, you know, continues to level up. I'll be excited to come back and, you know that it might be in good hands. So.
Shakira, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Ron, quick question. Can we leave whoever is up on the podium pinned the entire time, no matter who's talking or asking questions?
All right, it looks like our next player in the room will be Nyara Sabally. If you know in advance that you're going to have a question, let me know. Okay, we're going to go back to front. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doug is 4. From the room and then turn to Zoom. When we do that, James Crepia. James, you'll be first on Zoom. That what I said? Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody, in the spirit of another well-known sport, we're going to call an audible, and we are going to go with Emily Engstler. Emily will be the next person to join us. Okay, who's going to have questions for Emily, please, if you'd let me know. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to begin with 4 questions in the room for Emily, and then we'll turn to Zoom. Doug, and second row middle. Emily, welcome. Your first question will come from the first row to your right.
Hey, Emily, Doug Farmer, the AP. Congrats on being drafted by Indiana. What does it mean to be part of a franchise that is obviously in rebuilding mode and has 4 picks in the first round? So you and some of your other draftees will be able to help build this franchise back to where it wants to be.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I think that's an amazing opportunity for us. You know, one, you get to go with 3 other girls who you've, built these relationships the past couple of days or maybe previously knew. And secondly, it's close to Kentucky, which I've been at for a year, which I think is pretty dope. But I'm super excited. I think building's okay. It has to be done. And I'm really grateful to be a part of it.
Next question, second row middle.
This is Russell from Boardroom. When you look at who else Indiana has taken so far, Melissa and Lexi, what are you looking forward to about playing with them specifically?
I'm excited. I'm excited to play with them. They're both good people. That's my number one thing. I got to know these girls a little bit, and I think everybody here is dope people. So I think that will be awesome. And they're just great basketball players. I mean, we're all here for that reason. So I'm excited.
Your next question will come the second row to your left.
Congratulations. Do you find it almost poetic that you've now been drafted into one of the best leagues in the world in your hometown?
Yeah, I got a little emotional out there for a second because I think it all hit me in at once. Yes, it is. This has been one of the most amazing experiences in my life, and I'm super grateful and I feel very blessed.
Our next question will come from Zoom, Jody Demling. Jody, go ahead.
Hey, Emily, can you just kind of speak? You talked about at the Final Four about your relationship with Coach Walls. Can you now talk about, you're the 3rd highest draft pick in the history of the program, what that means to you and what the season has meant to you there at Louisville?
Oof, we need some more time. Louisville meant everything to me. You got to start with the fan base. It's amazing. It's a rush when you walk on the court, and they're really genuine. The program is everything you can ask for in a program. They took me in for 1 year, and it really felt like a home. Coach Walls has meant the world to me. Coach Norman, Coach B, Coach Sam, Coach JP, everybody on the staff. My teammates were super great to play with. Just the fieriness in all of them. You don't always get to find that when you feel like you have it in yourself, but I got to find it in them, and they brought out the best in me, and I think that's what mattered the most.
Just as a quick follow-up, you had Angel and Asia are the only 2 draft picks that are higher than you. What does that mean to you? You got to know the program.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you think about it. I didn't even really think about that. But it means everything. Asia Duran and Angel McCoughtry are phenomenal basketball players. They support us. They supported us all year. They come back, and I've gotten the pleasure to meet them. Dope people. It means the world. I'm extremely excited.
Our next question will come from Zoom. Shai, go ahead. Shai.
Hi, Emily. Congratulations. Being drafted by Indiana has not been a guarantee to stay there in the long term in the past few years, even for the highest picks. What makes you confident you'll be able to take root in Indiana?
Well, I'm really hardworking, and I'm extremely dedicated to staying in this league for as long as I possibly can. And my start here will be at Indiana. And I mean, I'm a very loyal person, and I think that I'm going to do whatever I can to fit in the best that I can and build relationships with the organization staff and teammates. And I'm going to do the best that I can. It's really all I can do.
Next question will come from Tyler Griever. Tyler, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Em? For this moment, they kind of mentioned it. This happens 30 minutes from where you used to play on the park courts over in Roosevelt Island. What would you tell that young girl about the journey she was going to go on and it ultimately ending up here?
Hey, Tyler, what's up? Yeah, I would tell her what I've been saying for the past couple of days now. Be yourself. Keep playing on the courts with the guys and follow the right people, and don't be afraid to let go of toxic relationships and keep your circle very small, and trust the process. I think a lot of people get lost and they need to put their feet on the ground and get grounded again. And I just think that people need to understand, basketball, we play because we want to have fun, and we forget that sometimes. So just love what you do.
All right, we have time for a couple more questions, and possibly more. We're going to go next to Howard Megdal. Howard, you'll be followed by Rafiq.
Congratulations. We talked about this a little bit at the Final Four, but just your defense as a game changer. If you could take me through what, if anything, how often that came up in your conversation with your new team, and how much you think your ability to generate the kind of steals you did, north of 4 per game, is going to translate right away at the WNBA level.
Yeah, I played zone for a really long time, and I also lost a lot of weight, which was giving me the ability to be faster. And when I got put into this Louisville program, they were very patient with me and taught me their man-to-man defense. And I owe them a lot because it's one of the main reasons I think I'm up here today. My defense has brought me a long way, and I've really taken pride in loving to do it. And I think some players like to do it, but a lot don't. It's a really fun thing to play defense, get a block shot and get a steal. And I think in the previous NCAA tournament, it was the definition of wins and losses. So I think that it'll translate to WNBA perfectly. I think a lot of the teams in this draft have been speaking about wanting more defenders, and I think I can bring that to the league, and I'm super excited to do so.
Thanks very
Next
much.
question will come from Rafiq. Rafiq, you'll be followed by Zion.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Welcome to the WNBA.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, as long as you've been following the Indiana Fever franchise, what was always your thoughts about them, and how does it feel to actually play for the team in your first season in the WNBA?
Yeah, I'm definitely still learning about the program, but following WNBA as I was growing up, I think every team is unique in their own way. I knew that they needed some players, so I thought it would be pretty cool if I got picked up by them and I can help them out.
Appreciate your insight and good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Zion Brown. Zion, you'll be followed by Zach Ward.
Congratulations on getting drafted, Emily. This is a Fever front court that is going through some retooling. So I wanted to know how you think you could fit with Elissa Smith going forward, and just overall, do you think what type of defensive impact do you feel like you can have in year one?
Yeah, I think me and Elissa will actually work well together. She is an amazing player. She's hard to guard and she can play defense, which is dope. And I think she has a motor. You want to play with girls who have motors, who want to be there. So that'll be very exciting. And I think we'll bring a lot to the program.
Our next question will come from Zach Ward. Zach, you'll be followed by Christos.
Hi, Emily. Can you just talk about what the 1 year at Louisville meant to your development as a player and the raising of your draft stock all the way to number 4?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It probably was the reason my draft stock went to number 4. It was a very smart decision. I made it because I thought it was the best decision at the time of my life. And I'm very blessed. Going there has taught me so much on and off the court, and I'm going to bring that with me into the league.
The next question, Christos, go ahead, please. And Christos, you'll be followed by Howard Megdal.
Hello, Emily. Congratulations, first of all. You shared your excitement before. You mentioned the dedication that you brought on the game. What are your expectations for the next season, and what are your goals that you set for the next season?
I mean, my main goal is to get up there and, get signed. We might have gotten drafted, but we didn't get a contract yet. That's my first step. I want to, live in the moment. I think it's important for us to do that, or it becomes a little too much. My main goals after that would just to be the best teammate that I can be and be at a program that's building, but eventually, win a championship. That's everybody's goal, win, so, and I think I like to win, so I can help them out.
Our next question will come from Howard Megdal. Howard, you'll be followed by Nick Hamilton.
Hey, I'm just, I know you've made yourself into a significantly better three-point shooter. I think you're around 37% senior year. I'm wondering how much further you think you can get to, and what is, if anything, a kind of goal you set for yourself when it comes to three-point accuracy here in year one in the W.
Yeah, I did. I have been working on my three-point shot. I think it's important for a versatile 3-4 player to have. I think there's more to work on for sure. I think that I can become a 45% 3-point shooter if I really just lock in and, allow the game to come to me.
Thank you very much.
Next question, Nick Hamilton.
Congratulations on being drafted in the WNBA. Have you had any talks with, current players or just coaches as far as how to make the adjustments and, getting prepared for the league as far as just the speed of the game, the intensity of the game, and being able to be, like you said before, physically prepared, but also mentally prepared?
Yeah, I've been talking to coaches, my Louisville coaches all year about that. They're just looking out for you, and I've been listening because it's important. The adjustment college game is very different from the WNBA game. I think it's a little more physical, stronger women, got to get in the weight room. You got to do it. And I'm excited to continuously work hard in the gym and get my body right and get my body right for the game. Mentally, I think you just, again, what I said earlier, live in the moment.
All right, we have time for one more question. Jody Demling. Jody, go ahead.
Emily, to follow up a little bit on your 1 year and here, and you talked about, the fans and how they are. Now you're not going to be very far away in Indianapolis. Have you even thought about that a lot of those fans do travel, this fan base, and you know how they are at Louisville, and what it would be like to have those fans now become Indiana Fever fans?
Yes, I have thought about it. All my stuff is in Kentucky, so it's definitely a less farther commute to move. But yeah, 100%. I think our fans, they're so loyal. I think they'll follow me, and it also gives the opportunity for people in my program to come see me play, and for me to go back, as an alum and see my people play at Louisville. So I actually think it's a really awesome situation, and I'm extremely excited.
Emily, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
With 3 questions from in the room here. Our first question on Zoom, we'll go back to James. Okay, we're going to start in the room. 3 in the back here. Nyara, welcome. We're going to start first question, 4th row to your left.
Congratulations. Welcome to New York. How excited were you to hear your name called and to be picked by the Liberty?
Super excited. It's a surreal moment. It's just something you look forward to your whole life and something I've been looking forward to all day. I've been nervous about it, but I'm just so glad that I could be here. And it's amazing to get drafted by New York. The city is amazing. The organization is amazing. It's just very surreal, and I'm super excited.
Hi, Nyara. I'm Gigi, right here in the back.
Gotcha.
Congratulations on being drafted to New York. I'm Gigi from WFPB Sports, and I want to know what you think about the roster that you're coming into and who you're going to be playing with after the success they had last year too.
I'm super excited. It's a bunch of young kids. Not young kids, young women that I'm super, super excited to play with. Obviously Sab, never got to play with her at Oregon, so I'm thrilled that I get to share the court with her. And I'm just excited to also learn from them because they're such amazing players. You have players that have been in the league for a couple of times, for a couple of years. We got to talk to Lainey today, and she's amazing. She's such a sweetheart. So I'm just excited to learn from them.
2 more questions from the room, and then we're going to go to Zoom and back to the room. Nyara, 3rd row to your left.
Hey, Nyara, Remy with the New York Times. Like you said, welcome to New York. New York is infamous for its fans. How do you feel about playing here? And what are you looking forward to most?
We love a good fan base, right? Especially coming from Oregon. I'm super excited to have an amazing fan base here. They really show their support. And I just love that women's basketball is growing and people recognize it, especially in such a big city in New York, that there's still people that really support the game and support their team. So I'm just super happy that I get to play on a team like that.
Next question, front row to your right.
Hey, Doug Feinberg, the AP. Your sister had a lot of success playing with Sab. I know you just got drafted. You had a chance to talk to her yet? And hey, pretty good point guard you get to work with now.
Talk to Satu, right? Okay. She was on a Zoom call with me when I got drafted. I saw her face. She looked very excited, but I didn't talk to her yet. But obviously Sab is such an amazing point guard, such an amazing person. I saw her in practice every day. I saw her working every day on the court. So I'm just very excited to finally share the court with her and not just in practice.
All right, our next two questions will come from Zoom. We're going to start with James Crepia and then Jackie Powell. James, go ahead.
Nyara, congratulations. You mentioned everything with Sab. Coach Graves had mentioned that right before the 2020 tournament got canceled, that there was a consideration of playing you in that tournament. And obviously that was with your sister and Sab and Ruthie. How much in practice, particularly leading up to that postseason that got canceled, did you actually have a chance to practice with her? I know you were hurt the 2 years, but how much did you actually get to practice with her during your time together?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a couple of weeks before the tournament, I started like kind of practicing, and it was just so fun. I don't really remember anything of it because I was just so excited to be on the court and so excited to finally practice with my teammates. That was like the most amazing part. So don't remember a lot from it there, but I'm just excited to make like new memories and new relationships on the court, obviously.
Next question from Zoom, Jackie Powell. Jackie, you'll be followed by Jeff Magliacetti.
Hey, Nyara, this is Jackie Powell with The Next and Bleacher Report. Good to see you and congratulations. Welcome to New York. So I'm curious about what your discussions with New York staff was like, what it was like to talk to Jonathan Kolb and Sandy Brondello, and what's the type of role that you think you might have on this team that's still really quite young?
It was amazing. I got to talk to them. I got to talk to Sandy. She's super cool. We found that we have a little connection, a little German connection.
Very cool.
We spoke a little German. Her German is great. So it was definitely amazing. I'm just looking to do whatever the team needs me to do. Obviously, coming in, learning from the older players as a young player. I haven't played that much basketball yet in my career, so I can really learn from him and take everything in. And that's what I'm trying to do.
I appreciate
Our next question will come from Zoom and Jeff, and then we'll return to the room. Jeff, go ahead. Jeff, go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, Nyara. Thank you for joining us. Jeff Magliacetti here with Baseline NYC, Winsider, and Nets Republic. So to that end, bouncing off of Jackie's question a little bit, last season, rookies Michaela Onyenwere and Didi Richards each played major roles in getting the Liberty to the playoffs. In your own words, what can you immediately bring to the table as this team prepares to make a major leap onto the WNBA stage?
I would just say my versatility. I think that's one of my biggest strengths, just offensively and defensively. Just bringing the energy on defense and bringing the energy on offense and just scoring in the paint. Defending the bigs and just bringing a little height.
Appreciate your time and insight. Welcome.
Next question will come from the front row center.
Hi, it's Brian Heyman from Newsday. I guess two things. What advice has your sister given you about playing at this level? And how satisfying is this moment considering what you went through with injuries?
Yeah, no, definitely. Sato has given me a lot of advice, especially just saying that I got to be ready for the physicality and how fast-paced the game is. It's a completely different level than in college. But at the same time, just doing what I did to get here. That's the most important part, not like trying to change my game too much because what I was doing was the right thing and that got me here. So we'll carry on to the league. And this moment, it was just amazing. It really, I can barely put it into words, just that feeling of getting my name called. All the hard work in the training room was worth it, all the endless tears after injuries. But I'm just happy that the work I put in finally got rewarded.
All right, we have one more question in the back of the room, and then we're going to go to Zoom for two final questions.
Hi, Nyara. Miles Ehrlich with Nets Republic and Winsider. I wanted to follow up on Jeff's question from a couple of questions back about, you said you would come here and defend the bigs, and last year, New York struggled in the post. So from day one, looking at this roster, how do you think that you best fit and how can you fill that role?
I mean, just using my strength inside and the power I bring inside and just helping wherever I can, you know, getting those boards, defending. But I mean, obviously, New York just picked up a great post player that I'm excited to learn from. She seems like a sweetheart. I haven't had the chance to talk to her, but I've only heard good things about her, and I'm super excited to have such a great role model on that position in front of me.
All right, we have two final questions from Zoom. We're going to start with Shai. Shai, you'll be followed by Christos.
Hi, Nyara. Congratulations. I know it's very early in your career, of course, but in the recent years, we've seen some players making their national team a priority, especially here in France, and sometimes get in trouble with their franchise. Do you already have a plan or a vision for the combination of your WNBA career and your international career with Germany?
I mean, obviously representing my country is a high priority. It's a big dream. And I will always want to do that. But right now, I'm just looking forward to establishing myself in the league and focusing on that right now, especially because Germany's not really playing this summer. So I mean, this is, I just got to focus on one thing right now, and then maybe once this all blows over a little, then I'll think about it.
All right, our final question will come from Zoom. Christos.
Guten Morgen, Nyara.
Oh, good morning.
Congratulations, first of all. How you see yourself next season, over, on and off the floor in a high demanding franchise like the Liberties? How you see yourself next season overall?
I mean, just bringing in whatever I need to bring in, doing whatever they need me to do. That's what I want to do. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want to enjoy every moment and take everything in, because you're only a rookie once. So just enjoying everything and having fun mostly.
Thank you.
Nyara, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Veronica Burton. All right. Again, our next player will be Veronica Burton. Veronica, congratulations and welcome. And we're going to start first question to your right in the front row.
Hey, Veronica, Doug Feinberg, the AP. Congrats on getting drafted. What did the moment feel like to you, and what does it mean to be going to Dallas?
Yeah, it was a surreal moment, honestly. These are the moments that you dream about as a young woman, as a young girl. And I think to just kind of see the hard work finally really pay off, it was just an unmatched feeling. And I'm thrilled to be going to Dallas. I can't wait to get started. And I'm blessed for sure.
Next question will come from the front row center.
Thank you. Congratulations, Erica with Black Rosie Media. We talked about the colors, seem like a good choice right about now.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the conversations that you had with Dallas and maybe what you know about the team and how you think you can fit in there?
Yeah, for sure. I had a wonderful conversation with Dallas, and I think I just really connected with them. And I was thrilled. Vicki Johnson and Greg Bibbs, just so many of them, they really kind of had a welcoming sense to them as soon as it was through Zoom. But I don't know, I'm just thrilled to be kind of a part of that family. And I think I'll just bring kind of that point guard position where I can just kind of contribute, create, but honestly, whatever they need me to do. And Vicki Johnson had talked about, or Coach Johnson at this rate, had talked about just kind of wanting another defender that can really stop ball handlers, keep people out of the paint. And so if that's what she needs, that's what I'm going to give her. And I'm excited to just fill that role, and whatever they ask me to do, I'm going to try and do it.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom. Our first two questions will come from Megan Price and Dorothy Gentry. Megan, go ahead.
Hi, Veronica. Congratulations on being selected by Dallas. We saw Dallas make a playoff appearance last season. What do you hope to bring to this team? We saw them make some free agency moves and just really an up and coming team. What do you think is going to be specific and unique that you can bring to us?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's exactly what I want to be joining. I want to get back to the playoffs. I want to be on a winning team and help them in whatever way I can. And I think, again, that defense is something that I do bring that kind of is a separator for me. And so just the effort and the heart that I have on that end of the floor is definitely something that I'm going to look to bring day in and day out, and just being consistent on that end. And then just kind of being a true point guard, I think that's beneficial as well. And just kind of being able to create, and I have great scorers on that team. And so whatever way I can get them the ball, that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Congratulations again. And I look forward to covering you.
Thank you so much.
Our next question will come from Dorothy Gentry, and Dorothy, you'll be followed by Howard Megdal.
Veronica, hi.
Hi.
This is Dorothy. I'm here in Dallas, actually, D Magazine and The Athletic. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
I want to ask you just a personal question. Who inspired you as a young athlete? And then how did that inspiration transfer to college? And then how do you think it would transfer to the pros?
Yeah. This is more than one person, but I'm gonna say my family. I grew up, pretty much everyone in my family played sports. I was blessed to go to Northwestern, where both my parents played sports at Northwestern, and all of my siblings really paved the way for me. They all played collegiate athletics as well. But more specifically, I would say my grandfather. He passed away when I was 3 years old, so I unfortunately didn't get to really know him too well, but I've heard just so many stories and tremendous stories. And he was an All-American football player at Northwestern, and just kind of seeing his growth and the work that he had to put into from those stories alone, I think that's the work ethic that I really resemble. And I don't know, I'm just never really satisfied.
All right, we're going to go continue on Zoom in this order: Howard Megdal, Zach Ward, and WNU Sports. Howard, go ahead.
Hey, Veronica, congratulations. Howard Megdal with the Next. Your game has been very efficient, but took a jump your senior year, specifically in your ability to deliver the ball to your teammates. You were 8th in the country in assist percentage. I wonder what in your game allowed that to happen, to jump from, just under 30% to almost at 40%.
Yeah. I would say I'm a big film girl. If you know me, I'm going to be watching a lot of film. And I think in terms of assists, it comes down to just understanding what my teammates want, where they want the ball, their tendencies, what they do on the court. And I think through watching film and just obviously through chemistry and kind of getting that experience with them as well. But really just once I know where one of my teammates is going to be successful and where they're going to thrive, that's where I'm going to get them the ball at. And so that's kind of what I study. And as a point guard, that's my job. So.
Thanks very much.
Zach Ward, you are up. You're going to be followed by WNU Sports and then Greg Levinsky.
Hi, Veronica. You've always been known for your defense. You took your offensive game to another level as a junior and senior. When did you start thinking you could be a first-round pick?
Yeah, honestly, that wasn't something that I really thought about too much. Coming into this, I had very minimal expectations. I don't really like to get my hopes up too much, but obviously I'd heard about it. I mean, you see the mock drafts and everything like that, and you hear the conversations. And so talking to some of the coaches, I think that's when it kind of really became more and more in my mind. And over the course of the season, I knew things were going pretty well, but what round I went in and what pick I went to wasn't really at the top of my mind, and not something that I thought about too much. So I'm just blessed and happy to be here.
All right, we're going to go WNU Sports, and you'll be followed by the Boston Globe.
Hey, Veronica, congratulations on being drafted. Can you talk about what do you think's the biggest lesson you learned at Northwestern and from Coach McEwen that you think will prepare you for your time in the WNBA?
Yeah, I've learned so much from Northwestern and the people at Northwestern and Coach McEwen. I would say a biggest thing that I've learned there and just in my life is just the humility aspect. I think at a school like Northwestern, at a program like Northwestern, it's hard to get respect there. It's hard to be seen as a top program. But I think that humility really just allowed me to kind of be more motivated and drive me more. And we love that underdog mindset over there. And that's honestly what I carry through. So I've learned so much though. Can't narrow it down to one.
Our next question will come from Greg Levinsky. Greg, you'll be followed by Isaac.
Hey, Veronica, congrats on getting drafted.
Obviously, you just mentioned that underdog mentality. You were a top 100 recruit out of high school, but here you are, a top 10 pick in the WNBA draft. What's your mentality going into the WNBA? And are you going to kind of keep that sort of chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, for sure. I think that chip on my shoulder is what got me here. Yeah, I didn't out of high school. It was tough to get looks at. Honestly, I didn't have many offers. It was a struggle, but obviously I went to the right place at Northwestern, and I hope that's the same with Dallas. I think it really comes down to the place and the fit and my mindset, and that mindset has certainly not changed. And I just want to continue to get better and better, and that's in my control. So that's what I'm going to do.
Isaac, you're up, and you're going to be followed by Drew Ivory. Isaac, go ahead.
Hi, congratulations on getting drafted. Just wanted to talk to you about, you mentioned how you've enjoyed being a point guard in your time at Northwestern. How does it feel to go to a team with such a predominant scorer like Arike Ogunbowale? How does that feel to know that you have such a dynamic scoring option to get the ball to right on day one?
100%. It makes my job easier. When you got scorers like that, Marina Mabry, Arike, all those other amazing women and players, I mean, it makes the point guard look better and better. So I'm definitely excited. I'm excited to play with them. I'm excited to play against them and compete with them in practice and everything. But yeah, that'll be helpful. And I'm about to go study all their games tonight even more and just learn where they want the ball to. And where they want it is where I'll give it to them.
Our next question, Drew. Drew, go ahead.
Hey, just want to say congratulations. First off, looking forward to seeing you in Dallas. Just want to ask you a quick question. Within this team last year, there was a lot of uncertainty with the changing of starting lineups, day in and day out, game in and game out, and minutes fluctuating. With that uncertainty coming in on day one for you and the competition coming in at camp, what is your mindset coming into that competition and that possible uncertainty of the minutes you'll play every day?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the amount of minutes that I play this year, whatever that may be, whatever that may look like, is not really on the top of my mind. Because honestly, I don't care. I'll ride the bench if I have to. I'll start if I have to. Whatever they need from me is what I'll do, and I'll be happy to do it. And I'll be cheering my teammates along the way, no matter what. And I'll be trying to uplift people no matter what. And so, yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, and I'm definitely going to compete at the best of my ability, day in and day out, and bring all that I have. And the rest isn't really up to me.
All right, one more question from Zoom. Nick, go ahead, please. Nick Hamilton, go ahead.
Congratulations, Veronica, on being selected. When you look at just the league itself and how much it's grown and how much it continues to develop, what are you looking to add to that mix as far as to continue the views of the league, as far as being able to further the league and be able to be inspiring to young girls that may be watching you?
Yeah, 100%. I think the growth of the league is just a tribute to all the players, all the women, and all the people behind the scenes that are putting in the effort to really grow the WNBA and make it what it is. And I think it's come so far, and I just think it's continuing to get better and better. So I'm going to do whatever I can to continue to match that and increase that. And whether that be on the court, I'm going to compete at the highest level that I can and just kind of increase the competitiveness on the court. And off the court, I think I'm big on just kind of building relationships and engagement with the fans, with the young kids, and just kind of knowing that I had older women to look up to in the game of basketball was huge. And so I just kind of want to be able to lead that same path.
Last question for Veronica will come from Rafiq. Rafiq, go ahead, please.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Welcome to the WNBA.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to finally get drafted to the WNBA, let alone playing for Dallas Wings, which is led by Arike Ogunbowale? And what was always your thoughts on the type of career she's had so far?
Yeah. It was, again, a surreal feeling, and just kind of knowing about Dallas and seeing Arike just kind of, I watched her in college at Notre Dame and just kind of seeing her thrive in the league as well. She's had a tremendous career, and I know she's not even close to being done yet. So I'm excited to kind of see her grow, and hopefully I can just be a part of her journey.
Appreciate your insight and good luck.
Thank you.
Veronica, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mike. Kirsten, welcome. Congratulations. We're going to start. I'm here. You're going to go there. First row to your right.
Hey, Kirsten, Doug Farmer, the AP, congrats on getting drafted.
Thank you.
Is it surreal that you've won the Becky Hammond Mid-Major Award the last 2 years and now you get to play for her?
I know, that's so crazy. Like, I didn't expect it, but it's an honor to be under a coach like that. She's a great coach, and I'm ready to work with her and, play for the Las Vegas Aces.
Next question will come from the second row to your right.
Kirsten, congratulations. Karita Parks with Double Take Sports. When you look at the Aces roster, what do you think that you'll be able to bring to the team?
Just my confidence. I'm versatile, so I can play many positions. And then just gives me an opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Asia Wilson is on this team, so that's an opportunity for me to learn from her. They have great players on that team. And that's just an honor to be playing for them.
Our next two questions are going to come from Zoom. We're going to go to Sean Bree. Sean, you're going to be followed by Nadine. Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Kirsten, congrats. You become the highest selected player out of FGCU. Just what does that mean to you in the terms of the legacy you leave down here in Fort Myers?
It's a blessing being one of the first to be drafted in the first round. I think it's an honor. And I'm grateful to have this opportunity. And I'm going to take this with me and hold it in my back pocket and get to work.
Our next question will also come from Zoom. Nadine, go ahead.
Hey there, congratulations, Kirsten. It's Nadine here from Fox 4. Very similar sentiments, being the first drafted from FGCU. Congratulations. The message to the folks here in Southwest Florida, knowing that this is basically making history for our university here.
I just wanted to thank them. They put me in a better position when I moved down there for my first year. And they have been great ever since. And I want to thank them, everybody that's been a part of my journey from the beginning and all the way to the end.
And our next question will come from Greg Hardwig. Greg, you'll be followed by Matthew Walter. Greg, go ahead.
Hey, Kirsten, congratulations. Were you getting nervous at all as the round kept going? And also, was Las Vegas one of the teams you had talked to? You said some teams had interviewed you.
I did get a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm here for a reason. God blessed me with this opportunity. And no, I did not talk to Las Vegas during the process. So it was a surprise to me.
Next question will come from Matthew Walter. Matthew, you'll be followed by George Knapp.
Hey, Kirsten, congrats on getting selected. Can you just talk about going into training camp and playing with Asia Wilson, Dearica Hamby, people who are, big time faces of the league, and what you can learn from them in training camp and then as the season progresses?
I'm going to go in there with an open mind. I'm going to be willing to learn. It's going to be a different pace of the game, different things going on with the W. And that's just an opportunity for me to learn from the great players that's playing on that team. And I think that's going to help me even become a better player.
All right, next question, Matthew. I'm sorry, George. George, you're up.
Hey, Kirsten. This is actually Kevin Martin from Channel 8 here in Las Vegas. Congratulations. We're looking forward to covering you. The Aces have been one of the top teams in the West for a couple of years now. They even made the finals in 2020. How is your game going to complement and, take this team to the next level to get that elusive first championship?
Like I said before, I'm versatile, so I'm not going to play in one position. She can move me around and play me in different positions. And just being open-minded, like I said before, like it's going to be difficult at first, of course, because you're going to go into the next level. But when you have great players on the team that you can learn from, that's just the opportunity to grow.
Kirsten, next question will come from in the room to your right in the front row.
Hey, Kirsten, Alex Ashley with On Her Turf. Have you ever been to Las Vegas before?
Yes, I did. I went there for the Jordan Brand Classic after my senior year.
Okay, got it. You're obviously a little surprised. Are you prepared at all for what life in Vegas will look like? Are you excited to go back?
It's going to be new. I know it's a bigger city. I'm from Ohio, so it's definitely going to be different, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go out there and work.
Next question, we're going to return to Zoom. Jack Levenberg. Jack, go ahead.
Hi, Kirsten. Congratulations. What are you looking forward to the most during your first year in the league?
Just getting in better shape, just learning new things about the W, because I know it's going to be a lot of new things that I have to adjust to, but I'm willing to be open-minded and be comfortable with being in uncomfortable positions. And that's why I think that sets me apart from a lot of people, because I'm never comfortable being satisfied.
All right, next question, Kirsten, front row center, and then we're going to go to Zoom to P. Holland.
Hey, Kirsten, Erica with Black Rosie Media. You talked a little bit about having to get used to being uncomfortable, and there's a lot of conversation about how many spots are in this league, what it takes to make this league, and then it's a sprint from now until training camp and the season tips off. So in that uncomfortability and in that discomfort, what are some of the things that you use to ground you and that you'll rely on for the next few weeks?
My confidence, honestly, that's something that I took with me a long way. Just being myself, like not trying to be something that I'm not. I know I'm a great player. I can play many positions. I have a lot of tools in my my duffel bag. But honestly, it's just you got to be willing to be open-minded, like I said before. And I'm just excited and I'm ready to get this journey started.
Next question on Zoom from P. Holland.
Hey, Kirsten, congratulations. My question is to you, is coming from Canton, how much it really means to you that you are the first player from Stark County to be drafted in the first round. I bet that probably means a lot to you and making that transition to a different level.
I think it's an honor to be the first, but I definitely won't be the last, because Ohio has a lot of talent that will definitely be coming to the WNBA in a few years, not or later on in life. But I know definitely this isn't going to be the last time.
All right, everybody, thank you very much. Kirsten, thank you.
Thank you.
Those of you on Zoom, stay with us. We're going to bring Rae Burrell to the podium. In the room, anyone in the room? Rae, we're going to start in the room to your right in the first row.
Hey, Rae, Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Congrats on getting drafted.
Thank you.
What does it mean to be able to go out to Los Angeles and join that franchise?
I'm honored and blessed. There's a lot of great players that are recently there. There's legendary players there right now. So I'm just excited and blessed to be able to play with them.
We're going to turn to Zoom. We're going to start with Ryan. Ryan Zlovia, go ahead.
Hi, Rae. Congratulations. First of all, I wanted to ask who was with you during draft night. But secondly, I did see that Kelly Harper made the trip. What does it mean to you that your coach was here as you transition to the next level?
Yeah, my mom, my dad, and my brother were here, and yeah, Kelly was able to make the trip and come, and I just really appreciate her support. She's been there for me through a lot of adversity, and I appreciate that, and her support tonight means a lot.
We're going to turn next to George Knapp. George, go ahead.
Hey there, Rae. Congratulations. This is John Treach from the CBS affiliate in your hometown of Las Vegas. You're the first Las Vegan to be drafted in 11 years and the highest ever. How important is it for you to represent your hometown?
It's so important. Vegas, for a longest time got overlooked. So I'm just happy to pave the way for future ballers that want to take the same journey that I did. And I just hope I'd be a great role model for young kids back at home.
Our next question will come from Matthew Walter, and Matthew, you're going to be followed by Cora Hall. Matthew, go ahead. All right, we're going to go to Cora. Cora Hall, go ahead.
Hey, Rae, congratulations. Just wanted to ask if you had any conversations with LA leading up to the draft and, you know, what that looked like about what they want your role to be and how you think you could impact the team right away.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Coach Fisher a few days ago, and he said that he's excited for me and he likes to play his rookies and give them a chance. And I can come in as a wing player that's versatile and give them a lot of upside.
All right, and we're going to go to I'm going to not get this name right, but Karthik, go ahead.
That wasn't bad. I'll take it. Hey, Rae, where would you say this ranks among like the best things to ever happen to you?
Oh, definitely at the top, number one. It's probably one of the best days of my life.
All right, we're going to go next to Blake. Blake, go ahead.
Hey, Rae, first of all, congratulations on getting drafted. What does it mean to you to be able to join a team that has as much talent as the Los Angeles Sparks do?
It means a lot to me. I'm just honored to be able to play with such great players. I played against a few of them in college, so I'm happy to play with them as teammates now. And yeah, there's also some legendary players on there that I'm excited to learn from as well.
Our next question from Nadine. Nadine, you're going to be followed by Tukni.
Sorry, guys, I didn't have a question. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to go to Tukni. Go ahead.
Hi, Rae. Speaking about some of those legendary players, Nneka Ogwumike was in the room for your draft. Were you able to talk to her? What inspires you about Nneka's career so far in the WNBA?
Yeah, she's had an amazing career. She's done great things with the team. I got to speak with her when we were on her tour at WNBA. Sorry, I don't know if I got that right. But yeah, I was just asking her a lot of questions, and she was already being so helpful with me. So I'm excited to follow her lead as I go into this next phase of my life.
All right, we're going to return to the room for a question. Second row to your right, Rae, and the next question will come from Zoom, Maria.
Hi, Rae. I just wanted to circle back to what you said earlier about being a role model to kids back home. What are you hoping that they've learned or taken away from your journey thus far?
Yeah, I mean, I hope they learn that that if you stay the course and really focus and work hard, that you can come with the outcomes that you want it to be. And even through adversity, you can stick through it and even embrace it and get through it and still come out with results. So yeah, I hope they just see that working hard can turn your dreams into reality.
All right, next question from Maria. Maria, you're going to be followed by Nick Hamilton. Maria, go ahead.
Rae, two questions for you. One, what was the experience like in New York this weekend? And then two, how happy were you to hear your name called by Los Angeles at number 9?
Yeah, the experience for me has been amazing. I've loved every single part of it. I love being around the other draftees and getting to see the Empire State Building and getting Lisa Leslie on the bus, and we get to sing with her. Yeah, there's not that many people that say they can do that. So yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun. And then, sorry, what was the second question?
When you heard your name by Los Angeles, do you get nervous sitting there waiting? Just how relieved and happy were you to hear your name?
Oh yeah, my heart was beating almost out my chest. So I was trying to focus on my breathing because I didn't want to freak out. But yeah, I was just overwhelmed with joy and happiness that my name was called. And I just feel so blessed to be in this position.
Next question will come from Nick Hamilton. Nick, you'll be followed by Drew.
Hey, Ray, congratulations. Welcome to Los Angeles. Wanted to ask you, you're going to be playing, you talked about playing alongside Nia Clouden, but also Liz Cambage is there, being coached by NBA champion and Derek Fisher. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to adding to this roster to be able to be a strong contributor throughout the season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to adding some versatility to the roster. I'm a big guard. I'm lengthy. I like to play defense, and I also like to play offense. So I feel like I can help on both sides of the court. And yeah, just with the help of the vets and learning and absorbing all the information that I get, I think I can really help this team.
All right, Drew, you are up. You'll be followed by Greg Harding. Drew, go ahead.
Ray, what would you say your mental makeup is like?
My mental makeup. Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Just like when you go into what you do, how you prepare for things, you know, how you go about yourself during the games, like under pressure situations and things like that.
Okay, yeah. I feel like my mental makeup is I'm a competitor and I'm driven. So one thing you can control all the time is your work ethic, and I feel like I'm always going to bring 100% up to the table, and I'm going to work hard and do the little things. So yeah, just keeping that competitor mindset.
All right, Greg Hardwick, you're up. Greg, you're going to be followed by Christos.
Sorry, I lowered my hand.
All right, okay, Christos, you're up.
Hello, Ray. Congratulations, first of all. How you vision yourself in the team on and off the floor, and what would you like to learn from a coach like Dirk Fisher?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, how you vision yourself in the team on and off the floor next season, and what you would like to learn from a coach like Dirk Fisher?
Yeah, I envision myself on and off the court as an energy booster. I want to bring a lot of energy and youth to the team. There's already a lot of good youth, but yeah, I want to add to that and bring some grit to the team as well. And Derek Fisher, he was in the NBA. I mean, he knows a lot. He's very experienced, so I think I can learn a lot from him. And I can build that relationship with him, and yeah, do great things for him.
Next question, Maria, your hand is still up. Do you have a question?
Yes, Ray, I wanted to ask you, you are from Las Vegas, and so you're playing out on the western end, of course, of the United States. How excited are you to be in LA?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Ever since I was a kid, I've always driven over to LA. I mean, it's right next to Las Vegas. We're neighbors. So I'm excited to be that close to home.
Our next question will come from Rafiq. Rafiq, go ahead slowly, please.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Welcome to the WNBA.
Thank you.
Yeah, you remember when Candace Parker coming straight out of Tennessee got drafted to the Los Angeles Sparks? I mean, how is her game in her days from Tennessee and Los Angeles inspires you to actually put together a good career in Los Angeles compared to a good basketball career in Tennessee?
Oh yeah, I mean, Candace, she came in and had an immediate impact and changed the game for them. And I hope to do the same thing and just come in and come with that same grit and grind that she did. And yeah, to be the half player that she is.
Appreciate your insight and good luck.
Thank you.
Ray, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nia Clouden is up. All right, those of you on Zoom who have questions for Nia, if you would please raise your hand. We will start in the room. All right, we're gonna start in the room, front row to your right, Nia.
Hey, Nia, Doug Farnberg, the Associated Press. What does it mean to be drafted tonight and to go to a team like Connecticut is one of the best in the league?
Yeah, to be drafted is definitely a dream come true. This is something I've been wanting to achieve since I was a kid playing basketball. And then to go somewhere like Connecticut with a great team and great players is honestly, I couldn't ask for anything better to be able to come in there and learn from them.
Next question, also to the right, first row.
Hi there, Alex Azzi with On Her Turf and NBC Sports. Where was Connecticut kind of on your radar heading into tonight? How are you feeling? Surprised at all?
Connecticut was high on my radar. I had great conversations with Coach Kurt Miller. So when I knew that I was still around at 12, I wasn't surprised when they picked me. I was just really glad and appreciative, especially after the talks I had with him. And we really got to have some good talks and conversations together.
All right, next question, second row to your left, and then we're
Hey.
going to go to Zoom.
Hannah with the Just Women's Sports. Connecticut's a very deep team, going to be a competitive training camp. What do you plan to bring to the table to try to make the team and make an impact?
I just plan to work hard, be vocal, and just learn as much as I can. Like we said, Connecticut has some really great players, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas, and more. So just being able to learn from them and then just keep working and working. That's what I plan to do.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom for a couple of questions. We're going to start with Sarah Tidwell and then Brian Kellaway. Sarah, go ahead.
Hey Nia, Sarah Tidwell with the State News. Just what was going through your head? What was the reaction, with your family, with Susie, when your name got called?
What was going through my head was just excitement to get drafted, have this dream come true, and walk up on the stage and know that all the work I put in has paid off. And then just really excited to go to Connecticut, in a place where they have great players and I can learn so much.
Our next question comes from Brian. Brian, go ahead. Brian, we're having trouble hearing you. If you would start over or unmute.
Describe the significance for you being the first round draft pick in MSU women's basketball history.
I kind of didn't hear the first part of that question, but I think you said describe what it's like to be the fourth Spartan as a WNBA draft pick. And it's just really incredible to be in such a small group of people, people who I really look up to and people who I've been trying to be like since I came to Michigan State and landed in East Lansing. So they've just been really big role models of mine. To be in the same conversation as them is great, honestly.
All right, Brian, do you have a follow-up? All right, we're going to turn to Lila. Lila, go ahead, please.
Hi, congratulations. I'm Lila Braun with the Hartford Current. Growing up in the DMV, how familiar are you with a lot of the players on this roster, whether, they played at Maryland or you knew them from, high school or growing up, and how does that kind of add comfort to coming into this situation?
Yeah, it's a really comforting situation to come into, being familiar with a lot of players. Like I played against Kyla Charles and watched a lot of the players play in the DMV. And I was in high school when Jonquel Jones was at George Washington. So a lot of players I'm familiar with, and it's been really good to see, like when I was talking to Kurt Miller in like the interview process, I had mentioned like y'all have so many good players, and I just feel like it's really a really good situation there.
Our next question will come from Christos. Christos, go ahead.
Oh, they took her.
Hello, first of all, congratulations. You're gonna play, you're gonna train in such a high demand in a really ambitious franchise.
Jack, let the dog in.
All right.
You hear me now?
All right. If you're not on the call, please be on mute. Christos, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. You are in such a high demanding and really ambitious franchise. How you vision yourself in the training camp, and how you would like to raise the level of your game in this team?
Yeah, so to raise the level of my game, I plan on trying to improve my defense and my physicality and my strength overall. Just because obviously the WNBA is a league full of grown women who are bigger, stronger, and faster. So to be able to improve those things are really my main goals, and then improve my whole overall game as well, and to just learn more as I experience more things in the league.
Next question from Rafiq, and then we're going to return to the room for a question. Rafiq, go ahead.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. You saw the way that the Connecticut Sun improved last year, establishing themselves and making themselves one of the greatest top contenders in the WNBA. Like, what will you bring to the team, even if you have to come off the bench and play 5 minutes?
What I just want to bring to the team is a spark. I don't really care how much I play for 5 minutes. I'm going to give my all and give Connecticut a spark for when I am in the game. Just being a competitor and a hard worker and someone who challenges my teammates and gets challenged by them is something I want to bring to the team.
Appreciate your insight and good luck.
Thank you.
Nia, back row to your left.
Hi, Nia. Congrats on being drafted. My name is Gigi Spear from WFV Sports. And earlier this year, Michigan came and beat my Fordham Rams, and you led them in scoring. And I'm wondering, is there any team you're looking forward to playing the most this year with the Sun?
I'm looking at playing DC because I'm from Maryland, so it'll be kind of like a homecoming. So I'll be able to have a lot of family there, and they're a great team with great players, so it'll be a competitive game.
Also, back row to your left.
JB Ellis, Sideline Sports, congratulations. So you're an electrifying scorer. When you were growing up, who did you model your game after?
I don't think I really modeled my game after anyone, but I really was influenced by Kobe Bryant, who's my favorite player of all time. And just seeing his mentality and how he tries to get a bucket every time is something like I kind of had that mentality as well. So just his mentality of, get things done.
All right, Nia, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Naz, congratulations and welcome. And we're going to start to your right, first row.
Hey, Nas, Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Congrats on getting drafted tonight.
Thank you.
What does it mean to be the highest drafted Wolverine ever in the WNBA? And obviously, it's been a career of highs for you at Michigan, but to add this to sort of your last Michigan high, I guess.
Yeah, it means the world. Just to continue to represent my university. It just shows the progression of where we were and where we're going to. And I do see our team continuing, to shoot for the stars. So it really just is the epitome of, my career at Michigan and just the people who've been around me to get me to this point.
We're going to turn to Zoom for our next question. Andrew Kahn. Andrew, go ahead.
Andrew Kahn with M Live. Hi, Naz. Congratulations. I guess, what do you know about Atlanta? And I mean that as far as the city and the franchise.
Just in terms of the city, a big city, something similar to Cleveland, maybe a little bit bigger. So I'm excited for that. I know that their program had a lot of people come in and leave. So they're kind of trying to build themselves back up. And, I'm really excited for that. And I can't wait to get the ball rolling.
Andrew, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. You've done a lot of winning at Michigan, especially the last 2 years. Atlanta's a franchise that, like you said, is kind of building. The last few years have been losing seasons, I guess. Can you speak to coming into an organization like that and trying to be a part of turning things around?
Yes, I think that we kind of saw that with Michigan, where as my years went on, we were able to win more, be more successful, have some firsts. And, that's what I'm looking to do in Atlanta. Obviously, it's a little bit different. It's a franchise and it's not, college basketball. But I do think that, I know that I'm willing to take on that challenge. And, hopefully I'll be in there long enough to really make some change and turn that program around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question from Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Welcome to not only the WNBA, but the ATL.
Thank you.
When you look at some of the best guards in the WNBA in this generation, what are you trying to do to actually be able to compete with them as far as improving your game?
Yeah, I know that I can definitely expand my game in terms of, hitting outside shots, figuring out ways to draw bigger opponents out so that they'll guard me and then potentially get into the basket. So I just think that overall, just a lot of, perfecting my craft of what I'm good at right now and continuing to expand my game over my time in the league.
When you look back at your college basketball career in Michigan, what are some of the offensive, defensive skill sets you thought could have been a lot better that you can actually make up for when the WNBA actually starts?
Yeah, I think just that expanding my game part. I know that as a little bit of an undersized post player, I'll need to do that. Having a lot of, 6'5", 6'6" players that I'll be going against night in and night out. I'll continue to expand that.
Appreciate
Next
you.
question. I'm sorry, Doug, go ahead, please.
Social justice was a big part of your time at Michigan. How excited for you to be part of the WNBA, which has been one of the leaders in social change and reform?
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Obviously, we saw a lot of that during the bubble season, but they're continuing to do that each and every season, I'm sure. And they have a lot of advocates, people on your teams that you can talk to and try to get some type of engagement with the community, figure out some things to help with the social injustices of our community. But year in and year out, the WNBA has taken on that challenge, and I'm really excited to be around some people who will continue that work to equality on all fronts.
Naz, back row to your left. And then we're going to turn to Zoom for Angelique.
Hey, Nas, congratulations, JB Ellis, Sideline Sports. So what quality are you bringing to the dream day one?
Yeah, I just think my energy, intensity, I think that one of the things that make me the player that I am is my motor. And that's something that I'm going to continue to build on and just hustle after, every ball, every rebound, and do the little things.
All right, we're going to go to Zoom. Angelique, you're up.
Naz, I'm sorry, my power just went out in the house a few hours ago. I'm not having a seance here. I wanted to ask you, were you disappointed not to be selected in the first round? And if so, is this going to be added motivation for you going forward?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be here. I think that being disappointed in this moment is, neglectful to the people who weren't picked up at all. And this has been a dream of mine for a very long time. So just being picked up by a team, for somebody to believe in me, first round, third round, I'm excited to be where I'm at. But everything is motivation. I could have got picked number one, and I still would have been motivated to get better, to perfect my craft. So, I wouldn't say disappointed, but always ready to work.
Angelique, if you have a follow-up, go ahead, please.
Naz, there was some talk beforehand about maybe the knock was your size. Do you feel like that's unfair? And with your rebounding, with your double doubles, do you feel like that's something you can show teams now even more?
Yeah, I think that, everyone has their opinion on things. And I know that there are things that I need to get better at because of my size, which, is something that I can't change, but I could also always change my skill set and continue to build off of that.
All right, Naz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Elissa will be next. Welcome, Elissa. And our first question is going to come from your front row to your right.
Hey, Elissa, Doug Feinberg, the AP. Congrats on getting drafted. Just what has this whole weekend and today been like for you? And what does it mean to be drafted by Seattle?
Thank you. It's been a great weekend to hang around the people that were drafted tonight and spend some time in this city. And I'm excited to be drafted to Seattle. I'm excited to get to work and learn from some of the veterans over there.
Next question, also in the front row to your right.
Hi there, Alex Azzi with NBC Sports and On Her Turf. Wondering just what your expectations were coming into tonight and how you feel about going to Seattle. Were they on your radar at all?
I didn't really have many expectations for tonight. I know the WNBA is a very tough league to get into with the roster spots. So, I was just looking forward to hearing my name called, which I did. And I'm excited to go to Seattle. I didn't have a specific team in mind that I wanted to go to. So being picked up by Seattle is amazing.
Follow-up question also from the front row.
In terms of the WNBA roster spots, when did you become aware of that? I've talked to some athletes where they kind of arrived at training camp and were like, whoa, I didn't realize how many spots there were compared to how many people are drafted.
I mean, growing up, having a dream of being in the league, I think you kind of notice that, that there's only 144, so I think knowing that going into tonight, I was just prepared for that.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom and we're going to go in this order. We're going to go JB, Jordan, Jonas, and Trayvon. JB, go ahead.
Hey, Elissa, JB Ricks here from Spectrum News 1. Congratulations on getting to the WNBA. I got 2 questions for you. The first one is, what experiences from NC State will you take with you to the next level the most? Like, what will translate the best for you on the next level in the WNBA?
I think the versatility that I played with at NC State, being able to shoot the 3, playing inside, but also just like my level-headedness and big moments and in big games, being able to perform at high levels against great people. And I think just being a team player, NC State didn't always need me to be the leading scorer every single night. And so just doing what the team needs me to do night in and night out.
And if I can get a thought on Kayla Jones, also being selected just a few picks after you. I mean, how exciting is that for you and the NC State program to have 2 players kind of go, back to back in the second round like that? And, your excitement for your former teammate.
Yeah, that's huge. I didn't get to see any picks after mine. So I'm very excited that KJ got chosen. She puts in so much work and I'm so proud of everything she done. I really think she can make an impact at the WNBA level.
Congrats,
Jordan, you are up and you'll be followed by Jonas.
Hey, Elissa, congratulations, first of all. I kind of wanted to talk about the quote on the inside of your jacket, the be still and know, and kind of you referenced God's plan. I know you dropped a little bit there to the second round, but do you feel like that is almost kind of fitting in God's plan that you get to go to a team like Seattle and play alongside some of the greats that you do?
Yeah, of course. His plan is greater than anything I could think of myself. And so being able to go to Seattle and learn from the pros over there, I'm just very excited and, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Next question will be from Jonas. Jonas should be followed by Trayvon.
Hey, Elissa. Jordan actually asked my question, so I'm just going to say congratulations. And what are you looking forward to playing with, those veterans and legends they have up there in Seattle?
Just being able to learn from them on the court, off the court, their work ethic and their experience in big games and championships. So I'm really just looking forward to soaking up as much as I can from them.
All right, Trayvon, you are up and you're going to be followed by Lauren.
Hey, Elissa, Trayvon Miles, ABC 11 in Raleigh. Congratulations. I just wanted to get your thought on what Coach Westmore is building. Obviously, with you being drafted and KJ right after you, you guys have to be really proud of what the program is becoming.
Yeah, I think Coach Moore has a great team over there, and obviously being a part of that for 4 years. He's a great coach, even better person. And I think if he continues just to bring good people to his program, that he's going to continue to see the success that he has.
Okay, Lauren, you are up and you're going to be followed by Joe. Lauren, go ahead.
Hi, Lisa. Lauren Walsh from WXII in Winston-Salem. So, I have to ask you a little bit about the hometown here. What is it about Summerfield, your high school, the area you grew up, that has contributed to your game and helped you get to this point?
I think being from a smaller town, I wasn't as looked at coming into college out of high school. And so I think just kind of being the underdog in that situation, then making it to the collegiate level, I have a lot of Summerfield in me and I'm just proud of that. And I think I can definitely take that to the next level.
All right, we're going to go to Joe, and Joe, you're going to be followed by Christos and then Brett.
Hey, Elissa, this is Joe Serrero from the News and Record in Greensboro. Congratulations on being drafted. I know your dad, Dan, was back home along with your dog Bailey tonight, and you shouted out to them. What does this mean to you and your family being drafted in the WNBA after all the hard work you put in, some injuries that you've overcome, and enjoying this night?
Yeah, it's huge, my dad couldn't be here tonight, but I'm super thankful for his support, and I know he's proud at home, and just for my mom and brother to be able to be here. The reason why I love basketball so much is because it brings my family together. And so I'm just really excited to continue playing at the next level for them.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Christos. Christos, you'll be followed by Brett and Jordan.
Hello, congratulations, first of all. How important for you is to be in a training camp and pick up the brains of Sue, Brianna, and Joel? What you would like to learn from them?
Just their games. I grew up watching Brianna Stewart as I was younger, and just her versatility, her able to shoot the ball outside and then also mid-range, inside, post game. So just soak up as much as I can from her. She's gone so far and she's such a big player in the league. Just being able to be like that and learn from her and incorporate into my own game.
All right, Brett, you're up. Brett, you're going to be followed by Jordan.
Thank you very much. Hey, Elissa, could you go through what it was like watching these picks come and being there and having to wait that long, and what's going through your mind, and what was that like? What was that experience like?
Every time a pick was chosen, I was just happy for the individual that was chosen. There's definitely some shifts that went on, but I was just very excited for every person that got chosen. And then when it finally came down to my name, I was excited to just walk up to the stage.
And as a quick follow-up, how surprised were you that you lasted as long as you did?
Like I said earlier, I didn't really have any expectations coming into tonight. I was just hoping to hear my name called, which I did. So whenever I heard Commissioner say my name, that was exciting for me.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan, you're up and you'll be followed by Lauren.
Yeah, Elissa, you are a Carolina girl. You went to high school here, you went to college here. You're now about to go to experience a different coast, different part of the country. How excited are you just to kind of get to a different area, experience something kind of different than what you grew up around?
Very excited. I was at college an hour and a half from my house. And so I'm very excited to travel across the country, just different culture, different people, and just kind of be independent.
All right, Lauren, you are up and you're going to be followed by Trevon.
Elissa, is there anything maybe North Carolina or East Coast that you plan to bring over there that you think might be a little different to people in Seattle or some of your teammates?
I think myself, I have East Coast in me. I have a little bit of Carolina in me. So I'm just excited to bring my game over there. It's something that they probably haven't experienced or even watched as much since we are on the East Coast in college. So I was excited to go over there, bring myself over there, and honestly, I look forward to the opportunities they have.
All right, we're going to go to Jonas. Jonas, go ahead.
Elissa, we talked about, you waiting in the green room. I'm sure it was a tense moment. But Coach Moore likes to keep it light and crack jokes. Was he keeping you relaxed and at ease? And what were some of the things he was saying to you while you were waiting in the green room there?
Yeah, Coach Moore told me that when I was going to college, like some coaches that wanted me didn't get me. Some coaches that didn't offer me regretted that later. So he said, I'm going to go wherever I go and make whoever that didn't pick me jealous.
All right, we're going to go ahead. Joe. So if you would go ahead, please. All right, I think Joe dropped off. We're going to go last question, Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on getting drafted to the Seattle Storm.
Thank you.
Yeah, to pick up on that, you got drafted to a team that's been loaded with history of championships. Like, what do you look to bring into a team that's led by a Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, and Drew Lloyd?
I'm used to championships as well from the ACC. So I think just going up there and being able to learn from people that have gone all the way in the WNBA and what that takes and the grit it takes to make it throughout the whole entire playoffs and just the skill they have, the knowledge they have. And, I think I can bring some more skill to that team and just be able to expand it.
And to piggyback on what you said about being used to becoming the champion during your days of college, I mean, you went as far as the Final Four. That's the deepest NC State has ever made to a tournament in the most recent college basketball season. What can you tell me about the type of championship player that you developed to become going to the WNBA?
I think you just realize that a championship is one game, it's one in, one loss, and you're out. So just being able to perform every night. And if it's not your shooting night, then what are you going to do on the defensive end to make sure your team wins? And then also just staying level-headed in the moment and not letting the moment be too big.
Appreciate your insight. Enjoy your WNBA career.
Thank you.
And one more question from the back left.
Hi, Lisa, congratulations. I'm Gigi Spear, WFEV Sports. We're coming off an unprecedented year last year with the WNBA viewership, and then this year with March Madness viewership. How for you does it feel to be a woman in sport and be pioneering now in a professional career?
I love it. I think we're in such a time of change right now, and I'm excited that I get to bring my value to the league, not necessarily on the court, but off the court as well. And just being able to be a part of the organization that so many women have put their lives into building over the years, and being able to be a part of that.
Elissa, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Henderson with us. We're going to start, I'm sorry, we're going to start front row right, and then we're going to move to left.
Hey, Destiny, Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Congrats on getting drafted. What has this last 2 weeks been like for you? I mean, winning a national championship and everything that went on down in South Carolina, and now to be here and be drafted in New York.
It's been crazy, but a good crazy. Just full of excitement, positive energy. For my teammates back in South Carolina and FAMs, and to make it here today, it's just a blessing and an honor. I'm just very thankful and proud of myself.
Next question, we're going to stay to the front right.
Hi, Destiny. Alex Azzi with NBC Sports. Curious about just your thoughts on being drafted by Indiana. What were you expecting heading in?
I wasn't really expecting anything. I was just, staying positive about the outcome, and, whichever order that it went, it really didn't matter. I'm just very blessed and honored to be here, and to be in New York, and, living a dream, living the moment that I've always dreamed of. And just hearing my name, was my outcome. And I got that tonight.
Our next questions will come from the left in the fourth row.
Congratulations, Destiny.
Thank you.
JB Ellis, Sideline Sports. Could you give us what Coach Staley advised you about the transition to the WNBA?
I just feel like, what she's been preaching to the University of South Carolina basketball team all year long is keeping the main thing, like not letting anything deter your future or what set goals that you have for yourself, just to stay positive and, to fight for what you want in life.
Also back left.
Hi, Destiny. Congrats on the championship and congrats on being drafted.
Thank you.
I have 2 questions for you. First of all, how does it feel to be the best dressed person and have the best dressed coach here tonight?
It feels great. I got so many compliments tonight. It's just, a wonderful feeling. It's just something I take pride in, when it comes to fashion, and it's something that makes me feel good, and, for others to recognize it and compliment me the way that they have tonight feels great.
Okay, good. You look great too. And my other question is, how did it feel to be so honored yesterday at the Stanton Street courts with the young girls surrounding you and shaking their hands?
Oh man, that was a moment to remember. Just makes me feel good about myself, and there's younger players that look up to me, and they see what I do, they see what I bring to the game of basketball, who I am off the court, and just to be recognized and loved like that from people I never met before it's a wonderful feeling.
Hey, Destiny, congratulations. Hannah with you with Just Women Sports. I was going to ask you about your outfit tonight and the inspiration behind it, but also curious now, the pregame fits have become such a big statement in the WNBA. Can you give us a sneak preview for anything you're planning?
Not really planning too much, just to stay myself. I really had some experience at University of South Carolina back home. We dress before the games, before the home games sometimes. So just, a moment for me to feel, like I'm at the next level, and I'm just going to bring that in the WNBA.
All right, we're gonna turn to Zoom. We're gonna start with David. David, you'll be followed by Matt.
How's it going, Destiny? Dave from back home. Congratulations on the draft pick. Just wondering, you've been no stranger to adversity over your whole career. Just what will your intensity level be like going into this training camp?
Just to be a sponge, and learn from, all the players that's already there, and, from the coaches, and be coachable. I feel like I'm a player that's still developing, and, have a lot of good things that come with my game, but I just want to, learn as much as possible and grow as a player, and, bring all all the tools that I have, whether it's my speed for offense, defense, just to make things happen on the court.
Next question will come from Matt. Matt, you'll be followed by Sean. All right, Matt, we cannot hear you. Can we try that one? Matt, one more time. All right, Matt, we're going to come back to you in just a moment. We're going to try right now for Nadine. Nadine, go ahead.
Destiny, congratulations. It's Nadine with Fox 4 here in Fort Myers. You know, when you started playing basketball here in your hometown of Fort Myers, did you ever envision in high school that this moment would be happening?
Yes, the WNBA has always been a dream of mine, but as I got older, it started to feel more real, feel more realistic, and I feel like I was getting closer and closer. And I'm just finally here in the moment, and just thinking back, it just feels like it's like I finally did it. All those times I spent in the gym and trying to get better, it really paid off.
Our next question will come from Sean. Sean waving at me that I forgot you. Coming back to you, making up for it.
That's okay. That's okay. Destiny, congrats on being drafted. You come from a hometown from great athletes like Deion Sanders, Sammy Watkins, but you are the first one from Fort Myers in all of Southwest Florida to be drafted into the WNBA. So to be the first from this area to be drafted into the WNBA, just how does that feel?
It feels great, honestly. I love where I come from, and to put on a statement like that, it just means a lot. It shows how hard I worked. I'm one of the first ones to do it, and I just want to pave the way for younger players or just younger people in general, the youth, to let them know that it doesn't end with me. They can do it too.
All right, Chandler, you're up. Chandler, you're going to be followed by Elise.
Hey, Destiny, it's Chandler Mack with WLTX back home. Congrats on being drafted. You look great tonight. Yeah, you're welcome. Just talk to me about your initial emotion when you finally heard your name called. You had to wait a little bit, but you finally heard your name called. What was that initial emotion like? And then now you kind of got to hop on a plane for the parade on Wednesday. How excited are you to be able to celebrate the national championship with the fams again?
Well, just finally hear my name again, it's just an honor and a blessing, and it's just something that I've waited, my entire life for, as long as I can remember, me playing basketball and, the WNBA being an option for me. And I just can't wait to get back home and celebrate with my teammates. They've been supporting me, texting me, blowing my phone up, and, showing just mad love, and I respect them, and, I love them so much, and it's going to be really fun.
All right, Elise, you're up, and you're going to be followed by David.
All right, hi, Destiny. Congratulations once again. And again, best dress. We love it. See it every pregame, postgame, all that. You do great. But just a quick question. Now that you've been drafted, how do you feel, and what do you feel like you can bring to Indiana?
I feel amazing. Just thankful to be here, thankful to be living the dream, something that I dreamed since I was a kid. And what I can bring to the Fever is, my speed, being a playmaker, whether it's facilitator, scoring a basket, defending defenders. I just feel like I can bring so much to the team and, bring my style, bring my flair on the court, off the court. I feel like I'm a fit really well within the program.
Congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Blake, you're up. Blake, you're going to be followed by Christos. Blake, go ahead. All right, Blake is gone. We're going to go to Christos.
Hello, Destiny. Congratulations, first of all. Can you describe the moment that when you heard your name and in this draft process, and how you vision yourself in speaking about your role, speaking about the attitude and the effort that you would like to bring in the team?
Coming into the draft, I was just really positive, really confident. again, just honored to be here, to be sitting in this chair right now, to be speaking with you. It's just an honor. I thank God. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. And all the people that's been supporting me, it wouldn't be possible. And I just feel like I'm gonna bring so much to the team. Indiana Fever, I'm ready to get it rocking and rolling, and to make history, create history, and do something that's never been done before. And I just feel like I'm gonna fit well with the team, and I'm very excited.
All right, we're going to go to Edward. Edward, if you would please, Edward Reed.
Hi, Destiny, again, congratulations. I was just on the presser with the Indiana Fever, and they were stunned that you were sitting there at 20. Elated, actually, that you were there at 20. It's like a Christmas gift. So did you talk to Indiana before the draft? Have you had any contact with them? And what had they told you, if you did talk to them, about what they were looking for in you as a player?
Yes, I did speak with them a few days prior before me leaving for the draft, and they just a program that that I see something in me, and I feel like they're going to be working hard to try to build a team, and they fill me up with confidence. It was just a great conversation, them getting to know me getting to know a little bit about them, and what they're trying to do at Indiana Fever, and I'm very welcome to be a part of that program.
They had 7 draft picks, so obviously they said there's going to be a lot of competition at camp with 7 new players coming in on top of the roster they already had. Are you excited to get in there and start competing for a spot with such a deep roster as they have at the moment?
Of course, I feel like this is what I'm built to do, built to show off my talent, and just to keep going forward, not to change anything, to be myself, to learn from the vets and everybody that's already there, and as well as the coaches, and just be coachable, be positive, be confident, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to try to go back to Chandler and try that audio one more time. Give it a go, Chandler.
I didn't have a question. You mean Matt?
All right, go ahead.
If mine's working out, someone asked my question, so I'm good.
All right, we have a question in the back.
Hey, Destiny, it's Beats Terrell. Obviously, your time didn't overlap with Tiffany Mitchell and Elena Coates, but heading to Indiana, where you have 2 former Gamecocks on the roster, how does that feel? And what does that say about the program that Dawn Staley has built to basically be able to go to a place where you have some sort of camaraderie there with alums of the university?
It feels really amazing, from us to, graduate from the same school and, play under the same coach. It feels really great. I'm going to be able to learn from them and, really build a connection with them. I feel like they have so much to, tell me about, and, things that they experienced, and just, to be a sponge and, create an opportunity for myself to learn as much as possible.
All right, we have time for 2 more questions. Christos, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Destiny, you create a great duo with Thalia in South Carolina. How this partnership and the whole program help you to evolve your game and raise the level of your game going to the WNBA?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite understand.
No,
try that one more time.
Yeah, you create a great duo with Aaliyah Boston in South Carolina. So how this partnership helped you to raise the level of your game and prepare you for the WNBA?
I feel like South Carolina has great basketball, especially on the women's side, and Dawn Staley has done a great job of preparing her players and just making a team that that wants to compete and wants to be the best. And I feel like that's going to transition into the league for me, and just to go hard and be determined, be deliberate, stay focused, and just to surround myself around great people, who has my best interests at heart.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, Destiny, thank you very much.
Thank you.
To our media here in the room and on Zoom, that does conclude tonight's sessions.